We're sisters Lindsay and Suzanne, and over the next few weeks we're going to be exploring some exceptional camping destinations in South Africa. This time we're heading to some truly remote places, starting with wild camping on Verneukpan, and from there we'll journey deep into the Cederberg Mountains, where we'll set up camp at Mount Ceder. So pack your sense of adventure and come along as we discover where the campers are. Our journey begins at a gate in the middle of nowhere.
We're in at the gate, and now we're heading onto Verneukpan.
As we arrive at Verneukpan, the sheer size of it is overwhelming, an endless flat stretch of nothingness in every direction.
We're officially on the pan now. It's quite amazing. Wow.
But before we venture out into the middle of nowhere, we take a detour up to Campbell's Hill for a view of the entire pan.
Suppose under through the fence?
Under through the fence, yes. It's rather.
Okay, so it's up we go from here onto Campbell's Hill. We tried up straight the face, but it gets too steep. So now we're walking round the hill to the back to see if we can't come up where it's a little less steep. Okay, we've got to go through the fence again to get to the little bench.
We leave Campbell's Hill and head out onto the pan. The hill we leave behind is obviously named after Malcolm Campbell.
We've just stopped here. There's a little board that says Verneukpan, Campbell's Track.
In 1929, Campbell used the pan in an unsuccessful attempt to set the world land speed record in his car, Bluebird. The surface of Verneukpan is 100% flat.
Wow, it's smooth. It's like clay.
The pan is 57 kilometers long and 11 kilometers wide, and because of its size, all depth and distance perception goes out. This is why people get lost here, making the pan live up to its name, Verneukpan. Verneuk being Afrikaans for trick or mislead. Out on Verneukpan, it feels like we've got the entire world to ourselves. With nothing but open space around us, it's the perfect playground for a bit of fun. We kick up some dust, test the limits of the terrain, and let loose in the wide open freedom of the pan. The flat, endless horizon makes it feel like we can drive for miles without a single obstacle in sight. It's pure, unfiltered adventure. Just us, the vehicle, and a whole lot of nothing stretching out as far as we can see.
It's so cool driving on the pan, and it's like super flat. No wonder they chose these pans out here, and this one specifically, to do the land speed record. Because you can just keep going.
Welcome to our campsite in the middle of nowhere. The wind is strong though.
We're undoing the chairs on this side of Hamilton because if I step out behind this vehicle, the wind is crazy strong. Okay, we're in the middle of nowhere and nothing around us, so we have to put the fridge onto the Jackery again. The side for the fridge. There we go, I think that's connected. I just need to switch it on. Bang. Wow. I've never experienced wind like this before. I hope it drops later when the sun goes down. Cheers to Verneukpan.
Yes, indeed.
We take a walk out onto the pan to set up for one of Verneukpan's famed sunsets, and it doesn't disappoint.
The sun has just set. What a spectacular sunset.
We sit tucked behind the vehicle, waiting for the wind to finally calm down so that we can put up the tent and settle in for the night.
We're in the car eating some chips because you can't sit outside. The wind is crazy strong and it's freezing cold. And we're still praying that once everything is pitch dark, the wind will drop. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure how we're going to put the tent up.
Well, we never got the chance to put the tent up last night. The wind just didn't let up, so we had to make do, camping in the vehicle instead. But waking up to this sunrise makes it all worthwhile. With a full moon still hanging on the horizon, it's a magical moment.
Okay, good morning from the campers on the pan. The sun.
The car campers. The car campers. We car camped.
Sure, wow. It's 6 degrees and we spent the night in the car, as Lizzie said, camping in the car. Because you know, sometimes you can't use your tent. Gosh, I've never been so glad to see the sun. It's fresh this morning. Wowza, wow, sure. Just stuffing my sleeping bag again. Wow, thank goodness for the sleeping bag. We're going to attempt coffee. The wind is pumping again. It's freezing cold, so we are going to do car camping coffee. Yes, and we hope it's going to work. Okay, got all the ingredients. And the little gas stove we've put by the driver's feet. Let's hope this works, because it's the only place that there isn't wind. Don't worry, we have a fire extinguisher. Yes, we have a fire extinguisher. Windy. Oh dear, there goes all the coffee. Now we just wait for the water. It worked. It boiled relatively quickly, actually. Okay, here we go. Don't worry, I have switched the gas off. Our little coffee. Here we go.
Oh, there we go. Successful cup of coffee and a rusk, sheltering here behind Hamilton again, because the wind is just picking up again. But thank goodness it's still from the same direction, so Hamilton's in the perfect position to help and shield us again from the wind.
Cheers. Oh, that's good coffee. Wow.
Best on the pan.
Best on the pan, yes. Packing up.
Yes, trying to make the beds.
We're all packed up and ready to go, leaving the vastness of the pan behind us. As we drive off, there's nothing but endless sky and open land stretching ahead. No roads, no signs, just the feeling of disappearing into the nothing. Welcome to the Cederberg Mountains, where the beauty of nature surrounds you in every direction. This is Mount Ceder, the olive farm where we'll be setting up camp for the night.
Sometimes you just need to get the chairs out and make a good cup of coffee. And have something little sweet the first thing you arrive at the campsite, before you do anything.
Yes. Just relax. Just relax.
Yes.
Let the driving buzz subside.
Yes.
But this looks like a really nice little campsite. It's on the river, and you have a bit of shelter, and everything is here for you. Your own block, they've got a fire pit and a braai. It looks really, really good.
Yes. And over the way of the river there's the olive grove, and it's just peaceful here as well. You hear the wind in the trees and the water. If it doesn't rain, it'll be quite nice, but we've got a spit in the spot on the way in, so I'm not too sure, because there's a couple of dark-looking clouds that are approaching now. This would be a fantastic spot in summer.
Oh yes, it must be lovely.
Absolutely fantastic spot in summer.
Because there are nice big trees here, so that'll give you enough shade.
Aside from that little shaded shelter that you get.
Yeah. But we have to set up our own shelter, and so it's that time of day again, opening up our rooftop tent for the night. By now, it's become a comforting routine.
Let's hope we can actually get the match to strike and burn, because the wind is quite hectic now.
There we go. I think there's a lull in the wind.
Something's happening, something's happening. I think we have liftoff.
And so you light a fire. Tonight we're going to braai steak. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to butterfly it, so that it's a little bit thinner, so that it goes quicker, because, yes, it's very unpleasant, so we want to braai quickly. Just going to slice it down the middle. There we go. And then we just put some salt and pepper on it, and then it's ready for the braai. Now my sausage, they usually pack it like this, which is no good because it doesn't cook nicely or doesn't cook fast enough. Strangely enough, when you have it in a roll, it works better. So that's why I'm rolling the sausage now into a roll, because it's just easier to handle and it braais much nicer. Got to eat quickly, it's getting cold.
Is it? Oh, the wind is so unpleasant.
Okay, we made it. We're in the tent. And the wind is outside.
Oh, dearie me. I don't think we're going to get very much of a good sleep tonight with all this banging and crashing if the wind doesn't die down.
Good morning.
Good morning. We survived the night. Wow, it was super, incredibly, insanely windy last night. It even blew the lid of the swimming pool away. It blew it away, down to the river. Here's the swimming pool. And as you can see, it doesn't have a lid anymore, like it did yesterday, because the lid is down there. Do you see that blue thing lying down there by the river? That's the lid of the swimming pool.
Yes, it was so windy that about 2-3 hours into the night, we were scared that the wind was actually going to break the rooftop tent. So we had to get out, collapse the entire thing, and do another night car camping.
Anyway, but here we are. And it is beautiful here in the Cederberg this morning. As we leave Mount Ceder, we look back at the miles we've travelled, the campsites we've called home, and the memories we've made along the way. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until the next campsite, the next fire, and the next adventure, we'll see you where the campers are.